It's easier for them to resent you than to admit that they are hooked on needing others. Greetings, guys. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Monette, and this is my channel, Evolve with Monette. For those of you that are new here, I am a professional intuitive empath. So good sharing energy with you. Come on in. Thank you for inviting me in. Let us begin. One of your superpowers, if you were drawn to this video today, is the intrinsic ability to, let's just say, push people away, keep people at bay, no longer let people play in your face, no longer allow people's opinions to sway. Even if you haven't fully mastered it, you are on this trajectory and path where you are after it. And the thing that you are after is your autonomy and your sovereignty. In the world that we live in today, it is driven with dopamine hits and serotonin splashes every time you get a like, every time you get feedback socially, parasocially, whatever the case may be. Even in these YouTube streets, the whole algorithm is all about how much are you engaging, how much are you posting, how much are you driven. The monetization, in which is all about incentivizing you to feed into the beast, essentially. Now, here I am, a part of it, but in my own way, not a part of it. The point that I say, and what I want you to take away from this, is that you have in your own way begun to resist. And the thing that I think you've probably noticed, just like I have, my bestie collective, is that nothing bothers people more than you not wanting to be bothered by people anymore. It's not just that you don't like to engage. It's not that you don't understand how to socialize and you won't step out to play. But you have understood your energy and you really relish your time away. I know I do. I know I like decompressing. I know I like being not around many. I work every day. I have clients. I have videos that I will put out for you guys, whether they are voiceovers or you see me on screen. I have other things that I work on in my life that are hobbies, dreams. And I have friends and family too. I have loved ones. I have built a beautiful and rich life, and I'm very grateful. But the older I get, the more I know that there is nothing like releasing and letting go and not getting caught up in the back and forth and the push and pull, running hither to and fro, taking care and mending the wounds and tending to everyone's woes. You know, when Drake said he was running through the six with his woes, it was this colloquial phrase essentially about hanging out with his buddies in the ends, even though he's not in London. My point is this. Pick that apart, running through the six with his woes. The part that stands out to me, and it's the part that I think you understand, collective, and that's why you have shifted your trajectory, is when you are hanging around a bunch of people, their woes become a part of you completely. You absorb that, my empath, my earth angel. It's what you do. You are a sponge. And not only do you help to make dreams come true, but you help to problem solve. You are solution oriented. So energy vampires will glom onto you. And not everyone in your life is an energy vampire. But there are people that can become that and take you for granted. You will be in a perpetual battle of taking back your power, reclaiming your time. You will be in this constant state of saying, this space is mine. It doesn't mean that it has to be exhausting, but it means you have to be vigilant, because it's so interesting the many ways you'll be tested to rescind ground that you have taken back, that someone wants access. They want to be allowed back in. They will resent you, like I said as we began, because The thing that bothers them most about you is that you don't need them. How dare you not need someone's validation? How dare you not need to ask 2, 4, and 3? That doesn't mean you won't want to run something by somebody. It doesn't mean you won't process it in a certain way. But even when I'm talking to friends that I dearly trust or value and I believe what they say, I will let them know I'm going to ask for this or hear you out, but I promise you I'm going to do exactly what it is I want to do. And it's not in a flippant way, but it's something that I've learned to do, which is take ownership of my thoughts and my final decisions. I can't blame it on anybody else, because there are a lot of times when I ended up in crazy situations because I allowed other people to influence me, only to remember that my intuition guided me right from the beginning. But I decided to let someone else in who didn't understand my history, didn't understand my experiences. And this is the nuanced part for you listening today, didn't understand my spirituality. The spiritual aspect that we are steeped in makes a huge difference with how we manage the world, navigate things, and how we come to decisions. And so there are a lot of people that will posture that they are also spiritual, but you can tell by their actions, their impetuous nature, their immature and childish behavior, that if they have begun, they've only just begun. And that's okay. We all have been on our journey in various ways and at various stages. But let not someone trouble you with their woes because they want to play in your faces. Okay? Be careful of the company, not only that you keep, but understand that in order to maintain an equilibrium and to achieve optimal peace, you will have to carve out a time in which you retreat. And you have to do so unapologetically. It will piss people off, especially because they are codependent on maybe even you. Maybe they need you. Maybe they're addicted to you. Maybe you helped to make some dreams come true, or just you being there was enough for them. You'd say, well, Monette, they hated me. They were talking crap about me. They were treating me like frenemies instead of a friend. Yes, but you were exciting to them. They were codependent even on what they thought, the judgments they were making about your life. She's not living right. She's not doing that right. What's she doing? What's this about that spirituality? What's this about the person that she's in the relationship with? X, Y, Z. You fill in the blank for you. People had a lot of chattering and yammering to do about how you decided to maneuver. And then you started to consult just with you, and they will resent you even for that. I thought, well, if you stay out of the way, then this is the best way that it can go, right? No. People will start to want to provoke you. They will start to purposely push buttons. They will want to get a reaction. They will want to brand their energy into your memory so that at least they live in some level of infamy, because any attention for people that are not self-regulating, mentally balanced, or self-assessing is better than no attention. To them, it's a blessing to have you stressing. And for a time, they might succeed. But that's why I say, retreat to claim your peace. They hate you because you don't need their validation. The freest I've ever been in my life is when I said, I don't give a damn if I have a this, a that, a this, a that, or the other. Now, I will say this, because I'm never going to lie to you. There were times in my life when it was very important to hit those milestones of achievement. And then I got them and I realized this was much ado about nothing. Why did I want this so much? Why did I think this was the pinnacle? Why did I think this was the end all be all? Attaching to people will cause, if you're healthy or moving into a healthy direction, maybe you're not the healthiest, maybe you're halfway healthy, okay? We're all at different stages, but what I'll tell you is if you're listening to this today and you're not just cross-watching, you're in a much better place than a lot of the people that you might have stepped away from. You're in a lot better place than people that you've made deliberate cuts in relationships with. You are okay taking up space with yourself, sis, and they can't stand it. I never thought leaving people alone and minding my business and drinking water would irritate so many people, but it does. And that's because once people experience your kind of earth angel love, they're not just tempted to touch, they'll put you in a box and lock you up. It puts the lotion on its skin. Let the creepy, weird, stalking games begin. People lose their mind over you guys. That's why I say don't give all that good juju and energy away, because people will spend the rest of their life trying to siphon your energy, even if it means that they are actually playing in your face, or they're now rewriting history to make maybe what happened between you more magical than it ever even was. Sometimes I reflect back on some of these situations and I'm like, ooh, I was putting 20 on 10, wasn't I? This person wasn't that great. Well, that can go the opposite way. Once they're in absence of you and they wish that you would have stayed, they will start to tell themselves that you were just the best of the best of the best, but they forget all the reasons why they played games with you, pushed you away, and played in your face. They were unhappy with you. For some of those people that you got out of your life, they went out of their way to cause strife and to cause sabotage in connections. And they were annoyed. It could have been by the way you breathed. It could have been by the way you looked. It could have been by things you said. And now they would do anything to have that once because they're bored again, but because you live large in their head. Does that mean you were even that magical? Well, in my collective, I'd like to say yes, but maybe no. That's just now their own psychosis. That's part of the karma that they are relegated to because they dared to play games with you. And the part they hate the most, which is what began this post, is that they hate that you're okay with just you. That you don't care about what they think about you. That you are not influenced or allowing them anymore to influence decisions that you make that will affect your life. Doesn't mean you haven't done it. Doesn't mean you didn't walk through that test. We all did, or I wouldn't be making this for you today. Because it's certainly a game I've played, seeking validation while I'm frittering away with people that don't give a damn about me, not really. They just cared what I was doing for them and how I was showing up for them. When I said, I'm going to take care of me, it's time to really take care of me. And I pushed people away. Then they said, how come you don't want to come out and play? Even though there's really nothing in it for you, and we just really like draining you, and we just really like having you be the butt of our conversations, and also it's fun to talk about you, and your life is more interesting than ours, and I'm locked into this really crappy soulmate contract, and it's boring over here, and I want you back. That's what those people that you cut out of your life would say if they were honest in any way. That's what they would say to you, because that's the truth. It's not some endless love. It's that they're just bored without you. It's that you were living life on your own terms. It's something that they can't do, they won't do. And that doesn't mean they couldn't evolve someday. But what I will tell you is you did the right thing to walk away. Because even if they weren't saying that they resented you for not needing them and for not needing validation in the way that they are cripplingly dependent on, even if they can't say that to you, they hate that you're gone. This is not just an ego stroke, guys. I'm proud of you because they don't know all the spiritual work that you had to do. They wouldn't know shadow work if it truly bit them in the ass. They are so sure that they're living properly and doing it right. And, you live long enough to learn the difference between the dark and the light. These people are not integrating their shadow. And part of your shadow integration was realizing that isolation might be best for you. It might be the only thing that you can do. It might be the ideal path for you. It might be what all of your spirit team and angels and ancestors were guiding you to. And yes, that will cause a lot of resentment that people will project towards you because you're doing a Herculean feat that they could never rise to the occasion to quite do. you are standing up for someone you love. That someone just happens to be you. You don't need their validation or your families or your coworkers or your colleagues or that ex or that one ex or that ex twin flame or that ex bestie. And because they're so criminally dependent on other people's validation and energy, they look at you perplexed, some half impressed, but others quite vexed. How dare you not need me? Because if you need them, then they can still play. They can still get in your way. They can still be monitoring spirits. They can still siphon energy. They can still secretly send evil eye to you. And what I mean by that is there's this phenomenon that happens with us earth angels and chosen ones where we could be in the vicinity of people and we think that we're loving them and they love us too, but they hate us. And I'm not saying that to make you paranoid. It's something you would relate to if you're hearing it. It'll resonate as truth in your gut. They hate your spirit. That's very much that whole demon's irritated because of your angelic presence. And so they might be smiling at you by cuspids gleaming, but they are revealing those canine incisors, because really it's revealing their not so tepid hatred of you, their disgust, their malice. It's always coming through. Sometimes you can see it in the smile. That's really a grimace, because when you're in their presence, they are pissed. They want you gone, but you will be missed. And they can't stand that you would be the one to dismiss them energetically. It doesn't matter who flip-flops who, and so they'll pull a lot of games and try to provoke you, and maybe they might even be the one to walk away from you. But the thing about it is that I love about you, collective, is you truly don't give a shit. Some of you guys might have been praying for it. Some of y'all might have predicted it. Some of you might have orchestrated it in your own clever ways, because eventually you realize, I like it better when it's just me in my own cozy space. And they hate that about you, because it means that you don't need their validation, and it means that you don't suffer fools. So you will not play with them or allow them to play with you, and that means they can't send that silent energy of projected evil eye towards you. If you ever wondered why things weren't coming to fruition for you, and why things weren't working the way you thought they should, or why people weren't cooperating, or why every time something was about to come to fruition it died, it's because you had people around you in your life that were sending you this covert evil eye. They didn't want to see where things work out for you. In fact, they quite relish when you would bring them bad news. Oh, I love when she's done bad. Look at this. This bitch thinks she's all that. You guys can fill in the blank. It could be the person that was sleeping in the bed with you. It could be your friend. It could be family members. It could be colleagues. It could be, you name it. And so you set yourself free. You cut yourself free. You demanded, give us free. And you refuse to bend a knee for their likes and their duplicity. I'm proud of you. You took your power back, as only an earth angel can do. And you learn to check in with yourself first, because you trust you. And you have your best interest at heart. And you want to climb every mountain you can climb and inhabit every dream. And the best, clearest path to that is not having anyone playing with your mind. They need validation. Yours too. They missed the validation specifically of you. And they can't hook you back in. They can't hoover you back again. They can't rope you and lasso you once more. Because you do not need a single thing from their emotional stores You've learned to fill yourself up. You've learned to fill your own cup. And that's probably, as far as I can estimate it thus far, the greatest superpower that you have as you climb your way back up. I'm so proud of you, but your angels are proud of you moreover, because they've watched you separate yourself from that thing that's so easy to get hooked into with all of its lovely serotonin and dopamine. It's so easy to become a fiend. And when you are a fiend in that capacity, it's easy for people to control you, actually. And that's why they really resent you. Because if you don't need their validation, whatever will they do? You've slipped their grips. You're holding your own reins. The Chariot card comes to mind. With a flick of the wrist, you can go left and right. The horses are black and white. There are simple and clear truths before you. You have horsepower in your hands that at the flick of the wrist, you now have on tap, on demand, on command. And you don't have to be a brute. You decide where the winds of fate will carry you. You will not have people blowing into your sails. They're toxic stews, they're toxic hate, they're toxic thought forms that will scramble your fate. Gone with the wind. You are fabulous. You learn how to center, and you learn your spirituality, and you learn how to communicate with the angels and the ancestors and God who guides thee. And that, my beautiful collective, means that you are well and truly free. So good sharing energy with you. Come back and join me next time. We'll continue to evolve together.